clouds. They are a constant presence in our lives, floating above us, ever changing. They drift above us, constantly changing, shape-shifting into forms that spark our imagination. One moment they might resemble a dragon, the next a ship sailing across the sky. They can be fluffy, wispy, or dark and ominous. Each type of cloud tells a different story about the weather and the atmosphere. Clouds are essential for life. They bring rain, nourishing the earth and sustaining all living things. Without them, our world would be a barren place. They shade us from the sun, providing relief on hot days and creating a canvas for beautiful sunsets and sunrises. But have you ever wondered who gave them names? Who decided to classify these floating wonders? For centuries, people looked at the ever-changing canvas of the sky. They observed the clouds, they recognized patterns, they saw the beauty and the mystery in the sky above. But the language to describe these patterns was missing. There was no standardized way to talk about the clouds. Then, in 1802, a man named Luke Howard changed everything. He gave clouds names, he classified them. His work allowed people to communicate about the weather in a new and precise way. He, in a way, invented clouds as we know them. Thanks to him, we can look up and identify a cumulus, a cirrus, or a stratus cloud, and understand a little more about the world above us. Luke Howard wasn't a professor, he wasn't a royal scholar, he was a young man with a passion. Born in London in 1772, he was fascinated by nature. The sky, especially, drew his attention. As a boy, he spent countless hours observing the clouds. He noticed their shapes. He saw how they moved. He kept detailed records. This fascination stayed with him as he grew up. Howard became a chemist, but his love for clouds never faded. In 1802, Howard presented a groundbreaking paper. Its title was On the Modifications of Clouds. In this work, he proposed a system to classify clouds. He argued that clouds, despite their ever-changing nature, had distinct forms that could be grouped and named. He identified three basic cloud types: cirrus, cumulus, and stratus. These names came from Latin. They described the cloud's appearance: cirrus for wispy, cumulus for heaped, and stratus for layered. He also recognized that clouds could combine. They could transition from one form to another. Luke Howard's work was revolutionary for the time. His classification system brought a new level of understanding to meteorology. Before his work, clouds were often seen as random and chaotic. Howard's system provided a structured way to study them. Today, his classification system is still in use, forming the foundation for modern meteorology. It has evolved with technology, but the core principles remain the same. Howard's legacy lives on in every weather forecast we see. His work not only changed scientific understanding, but also how we perceive the sky above us. The sky, once a mystery, became a canvas of categorized beauty, thanks to Howard's pioneering efforts. Section 4. Cirrus, cumulus, stratus, and nimbus. These are the four primary types of clouds that form the basis of our understanding of the sky's ever-changing canvas. Cirrus clouds, Howard observed, were high and wispy. They are often found at altitudes above 20,000 feet, where the air is cold and dry. Like delicate brushstrokes across the sky, these clouds are composed of ice crystals, giving them their feathery appearance. They often signaled fair weather, but their presence can also indicate that a change in the weather is on the horizon. Cumulus clouds, on the other hand, were puffy and heaped. These clouds are typically found at lower altitudes, around 3,300 feet. Like cotton balls floating in the blue, they are often associated with pleasant weather. They often meant good weather, but they could grow into towering thunderheads, which are capable of producing severe thunderstorms. Stratus clouds were low and layered, typically covering the sky in a uniform grey sheet. They covered the sky like a grey blanket, often bringing drizzle or light rain, creating a gloomy atmosphere. Lastly, Howard identified nimbus, the rain cloud. These clouds are dense and dark, often bringing heavy precipitation. Dark and brooding, nimbus brought precipitation, ranging from light showers to heavy downpours. These four basic types formed the foundation of his system, each with distinct characteristics and weather patterns. He further categorized clouds based on altitude and combinations of forms, allowing for a more detailed understanding of the atmosphere's behavior. Section 5. A language for the skies. Howard's system was simple yet elegant. It provided a common language, a language for scientists to communicate about the weather. Before, weather observations were subjective. Now, with Howard's system, they gained a level of precision. His work revolutionized meteorology. It allowed for more accurate weather forecasting. It enabled scientists to study climate patterns. The impact went beyond science. Artists, writers, and poets found inspiration in his classifications. Section 6, a legacy etched in the clouds. Today, we still use Luke Howard's system. It has been refined and expanded, but the basic principles remain. Next time you look up at the sky, take a moment to appreciate the clouds. Their ever-changing forms are not random. They are part of a system that one man, driven by curiosity and passion, unveiled to the world. Luke Howard, the man who invented clouds, left an indelible mark on science and our understanding of the natural world.